Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we're doing a review on Fatal Frame 2 for the original Xbox. And here we go. I celebrated this year's Halloween season by playing Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Director's Cut for the original Xbox. This is my first time playing a game from the Fatal Frame series, but my understanding is that each entry's story is independent from one another, and you can play them in any order you want. I got the standard ending for beating Fatal Frame 2 on normal mode after going back to rescue Mayu in the final chapter, and later I went to YouTube to watch the other three endings. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly is a survival horror game about two twin sisters, Miyu and Mayu, who find a lost village while exploring deep in the woods of countryside Japan. The village is haunted by ghosts, and you soon learn about an ancient ritual where the villagers would sacrifice twins into an abyss that they believe to be a gate to hell. The creepy history behind the lost village of Fatal Frame 2 is told subtly by piecing together clues from lost diaries and film reels that you find, as well as listening to audio clips on your Spirit Stone radio. Mio also experiences traumatic visions as she explores the village, slowly unveiling what happened in the past. The game differs from other survival horror titles with the use of a camera Mio uses to combat the ghosts. It took some getting used to, but once I got the hang of how the shutter worked, I enjoyed battling the enemies with perfectly timed snapshots. When you are not defending yourself against spirits, you navigate the spooky village to find a way for you and your sister to escape. Fatal Frame 2 evokes a tense atmosphere with disturbing imagery and unsettling sounds. There are many genuinely frightening moments throughout the playthrough, especially in the final third of the game. I got the chills every time Sai, the female ghost, appeared and chased after Mio. The visuals changing to grainy black and white and the use of eerie and alarming sound effects heightened the feelings of stress to terrifying levels. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly is a must-play horror title for fans of the macabre. The ominous mood, intense scares, and solid gameplay enticed me to uncover the dark history of the Lost Village's demonic rituals, while exorcising the ghastly spirits that stalked Mio and Mayu. I rate Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly an 8 out of 10. And that is my review. Yeah, I was really excited to play this one. I've never played a game from this series before, and yeah, I bought this game earlier this year, so it's been on the backlog for several months, but I thought, this past week, hey, it's Halloween season, why not give this one a shot? It's a survival horror title that I heard was really good, so. But a couple afterthoughts I want to mention. The memo section in your menu, that really helped me clear up a lot of details. Like you find all these details about what happened in the past and sort of clues about what's going on in the story just through finding lost journal entries, lost notes, and you have to kind of piece it together. Everything is kind of out of order, but you start to get an idea of what happened long ago and what's happening in this haunted village. But the memo section in your menu really helps consolidate all that stuff. Yeah, the story starts a little slow. It's moody, it's atmospheric, it's creepy, it's scary, but it's still a little slow, and it really picks up in the final third, I would say, of the game. There are some really the pace in the final third of the game really picks up with some very genuinely frightening moments, that some big jump scares. So that was cool. Anyway, so now as a bonus, let's go over some spoilers. If you haven't played the game, you can just shut the video off at this point. But I'm going to go into heavy spoilers about what happened in the story and my interpretations about certain occurrences. Basically, the main thing is it appears to me that by the end of the game, well, the spirits of the twins in the past, Sai and Yai, they, I forget, I mix up the two names, but, and Mayu and Mio, the names are very similar, but, Mayu, your sister with the bum knee, was possessed the whole time by Sai. But Mio, I believe at the very end, she got possessed, and with the normal ending, when she strangles her sister Mayu, when Mio is doing the strangling, and then the crimson butterfly erupts out of her neck. That I believe she's possessed by Yai at that point. And I guess, yeah, there were twin boys at some point, but then twin girls, Yai and... Twin boys in the past that were going to get sacrificed in the ritual, but then it was going to be twin girls. And Yai ran away, but Sai, I guess, was, somehow at peace with the ritual. Some of these details, I got to mention one thing else real quick. Like I said, a lot of them you pick up through the notes that you find, but if you miss a note here and there, some of the details can be a little bit fuzzy. Right after beating the game, I checked a YouTube video that gave a summary of the whole plot, and one detail that I missed was that Sai was actually at peace with being sacrificed because she was going to get killed by her sister Yai, but then Yai wasn't cool with it and she ran away. So her being at peace with it, whatever, she still went with the ritual, but they threw her into the pit. That's my understanding. And then the ritual failed, and then she came back and decimated the village or whatever. The gate to hell was angry or something like that. So they sent Sai back, who just ransacked the village. And that's why the haunted village is trying to get Mio and Mayu now to do the ritual again. So a couple of those details I was a little bit fuzzy about, but YouTube cleared that up, and most of it, 90% of it, I got through my own exploration and finding all the key details from the journals and everything like that. But yeah, there was also a sacrifice of a visitor. The Kusabi, that must have been the folklorist that you find a bunch of his journal entries with, and I guess the more that he suffers, the more potent the ritual. Like I said, I got the normal ending that you get on normal mode when you go back to find Mayu and you go and strangle her, Mio being possessed by Yai. But I watched the other three endings on YouTube. The one where you don't go back to save your sister, you leave, and I guess Sai ends up haunting you, and you get a game over screen. But when you beat the game on the two higher difficulty settings that you unlock after you beat it at least once and then again twice, the next ending that you get, I watched that one. That one was creepy as hell. It looked like Mio grabbed and saved Mayu from the pit being sacrificed, and she looked into it, and then it flashes forward later and her eyes are shut, like one of those mourners that had their eyes shut because they looked into the pit. That was the creepiest ending. And then and then there's a fourth ending that I believe is exclusive to Xbox. That one I watched, and that one looked like more of the happier ending where I guess both Mayu and Mio were saved, and it looks like they freed the spirits from the villagers, or at least that's what it looked like, or they were at peace somehow, the village's spirits and ghosts. But yeah, that was a really cool game. Yeah, so that's the end of my spoiler talk about the endings and the plot. But I thought it was really good, really creepy game, frightening. Definitely, like, if you're into survival horror, which I'm starting to get into after playing more stuff like Haunting Ground, which I also gave an 8 out of 10. And Rule of Rose, I gave that one a 9.5. That was a wonderful game. But yeah, now I'm really starting to get a deeper appreciation for these psychological, like really creepy survival horror games, and it's been great. And I look forward to playing more of them. But anyway, those are my thoughts. 8 out of 10 for Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly Director's Cut for the original Xbox. And have a good night.